Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of College Ball with J-Dog. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. I enjoyed mine with my family. That's why I didn't do an episode yesterday. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of coaching dominoes fell yesterday. We had a surprise firing, a lot of hirings, and we got to talk about the Vols versus Vandy, y'all. It was not good. It was not good at all. Let's get into it, y'all. Before we do it, do that YouTube stuff for me. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, get in that comment section, vent your frustrations about Saturday's games out in the comment section. We'll work through it together, y'all. Let's start. Vandy comes into Neyland Stadium, takes Tennessee's lunch money, shoves them in a locker, bullies us, runs the ball down our fucking throat, and there wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. Diego Pavia hits the damn Heisman on us. And he had every right to. I was absolutely sick to my stomach over that shit, y'all. We's up, what? 21-14. Last drive of the second half. We get a stop. They call bullshit roughing the passer call. Give Vandy another set of downs. Instead of a field goal, they get a touchdown. From that point on, from 21-14, they outscored us 31-3. They come into Neyland Stadium, beat us 45-24, y'all. They whooped our ass worse than Georgia and Oklahoma combined. We finished the year with 3 losses in Neyland Stadium, y'all. Coming into this year, we had 1 loss at home in 3 years, and that was to Georgia. The wheels fell off the bus. The babies started crying. They went flying out of their seat. The moms on the bus couldn't tell the babies to go shh. Because they was busy flying through the damn glass. It was an absolute disaster, y'all. Vandy, the oldest team in the SEC. Tennessee, the youngest team in the SEC. Vandy treated us like we was the little brother, y'all. I'm sick about it. There's one thing we can't do is let Vandy start a damn streak on us. Pavia talked all that shit all off season, y'all. And he come into Neyland Stadium, backed it up, ran the ball down their damn throat. And there wasn't shit we could do about it. Here's my assessment of the situation, y'all. First things first, Tim Banks has got to go. Heupel said today that he's going to reevaluate everything about this program. The first thing he needs to reevaluate is his defensive coordinator. Tim Banks has got to be fired. Last year we had a pretty good defense. It was fool's gold. We got lucky with the schedule. The teams we played up until later in the year had bad offenses. So it looked like we was a really good defense. We wasn't. Once Keenan Peely got hurt last year, we got exposed. Mississippi State went for more than 20 on us. Georgia threw all over the damn yard on us. Ohio State did the same thing. Last year's defense was fool's gold. Tim Banks makes no adjustments. Vandy went into halftime, seen something they liked. They came out in the second half and ran Pavia, ran the ball, ran Pavia. We made no adjustments. This year, Second half against Oklahoma, what Oklahoma do? Run Mateer all over us. What Arkansas do? Taylor Green ran all over us. Tim Banks cannot coach against the running quarterback. Is it hard to do? Absolutely. Is it doable? Yes. It wasn't for Tim Banks, though. And Tim Banks has never made adjustments, y'all. He'll bring 4 people all game. If we get no pressure, he makes no adjustments. He don't start blitzing. He has his corners playing 10, 15 yards off the damn ball, letting teams slant us and comeback route us to death, y'all. I still believe in Heupel. I want to throw that out there right now. I still believe Josh Heupel is the man for the job. But he's got to make some tough decisions this offseason. Yes, we're the youngest team in the SEC. But a 3-3 record, 3 losses at home, y'all. 3 losses at home. There's even mummers that Neyland Stadium ain't what it used to be. If that's true, I haven't been, so I'm not the man to say if it's true or not. But if it's true, maybe it's because you priced out the average fan. You gotta be a rich person to go to games now. You think rich people are the ones that get in that stadium and raise a mortal hell while they're there and leave without a voice? Or do y'all think that's the average fan that gets to go to 1 or 2 games a year? I'm not saying Neyland ain't what it used to be. I don't know. I just heard rumors from people that are in the know, people that go to the games. That's still no excuse for 3 losses at home. Aguilar's doing for another year. I think Aguilar come in, done his job this year. He bridged the gap. I think if he does get another year, Heupel's got a decision to make. And it'll affect the future. If he lets Aguilar come back, you probably lose McIntyre or Faison Brown. I don't think Heupel's a problem. I think Heupel's loyalty to his friends is the problem. And he come out and said he's reassessing this football program. Which means he needs to take a look in the mirror and quit doing nothing but hiring his buddies and go get the best man for the job. That starts at firing dead Tim Banks and Willie Martinez. Willie Martinez is a good recruiter, but he's never been that great of a defensive back coach. Tim Banks is an average defensive coordinator. If he has top talent, he'll look pretty good. If we have a few injuries, have to get down in their depth, it gets exposed. That's all happened this year. No Jamal McCoy, no Ricky Gibson, David Hobbs hurt, Jackson Moy hurt, injury to Arion Carter, turf toe, this, that. Every time you got to get down in your depth, Tim Banks gets exposed. Last year, it was one player. Last year, all it took was Keenan Peely get hurt, and we got exposed. This year, we had bad problems with the injuries on defense. But a great defensive coordinator will make it work. Because those young guys that are getting playing time, yes, they're young. But they're talented. They're 4-star guys, 5-star guys. Maybe high 3-star guys. But they're talented enough that if you was a defensive coordinator worth your salt, worth $1.2 million, that you'd be able to figure it out. That's my honest opinion, y'all. I'm disappointed. I can't believe we let Vandy come into our house and beat our ass like that. They literally put the belt to our ass, left welts on our ass, had us crying to our damn mommies. And I'm still licking my damn wounds over. I was having a great holiday weekend. Still did have a great holiday weekend with my family. Praise God. I'm blessed beyond belief. But man, that game out there, it put a damn damper on the weekend, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on him? What's your thoughts on Heupel? Do y'all think firing Tim Banks is the right move? What do y'all think we got to do to fix the wrongs that happened this season? I'm still 100% in on Josh Heupel, y'all. 100% in on Josh Heupel. But he's got some decisions to make. He's got to decide if he wants to be like Fulmer and do nothing but hire his buddies and that be his downfall, or if he wants to go out and hire the best man for the job and compete for national titles. He can do it with his buddies too. But why not go get the best man right now? DJ Durkin's available from Auburn. Great defensive coordinator. Mark Stoops is available. Will Muschamp. Blake Baker. LSU. He may stay with Kiffin, but right now he's available. There's some great defensive coordinators available right now if you make a move. Getting some consistency at quarterback will help. This is 4th year in a row we've got our 4 different starting quarterbacks. That's not Heupel's fault. It's just the way it's worked. We're supposed to have Nico back for his 2nd year. And from what sample size we got, 2nd year in this system is when you really take off. Hooker was really good his 1st year in this system. 2nd year, become a Heisman contender. If he would have got hurt against South Carolina, he'd have been in New York for the Heisman. So having somebody that 2nd year in this system is a huge thing. Starting for a 2nd year. But you got to work with what you got to work with. Last year, defense was doing its job. We ran the ball. This year, defense sucked. We threw the ball, tried to score as many points as possible to stay in games. Heupel's shown he'll adjust to whatever his team can do. Another thing, this is the youngest team in the SEC, y'all. Unfortunately, that can be a recipe for disaster. The toughest league they are. The best talent they are. Week in, week out. Sometimes that youth rears its head. That happened. But it is okay. The sky's not falling. Next year's Heupel's big year, y'all. He said, they're saying he's a candidate for the Penn State job. Let's go ahead and cover that before we move on to all these other coaching dominoes that fell yesterday. He straight up said he's not leaving. If he wouldn't want to be here if the expectations weren't high. He's completely understands why we're pissed off. His expectations are high. He said we will win big here. And I think next year is his chance to do that. I really do. Got the youngest team in the SEC. Keep that young core. Hit the portal. It's going to be the craziest damn transfer portal you ever seen with all these coaches moving around, all these jobs. It's going to be a wild-ass transfer portal, y'all. Go get some talent out of the portal. Keep your recruiting class together. Next year, our freaking blue chip ratio will probably be in the 60s. We've not had a blue chip ratio in the 60s since the early 2000s, y'all. This team's getting more talented every year. Guys like Kirby, Dabo, guys like that, they didn't win at the highest level until about 6-7 years ago. So just keep that in mind before you start calling for Heupel's head. I'm as disappointed as anybody. Y'all give me y'all's thoughts in the comments section. Let's get a move on to all these coaching dominoes that fell. First things first, Lane Kiffin is still the same Lane Kiffin he was when he stuck it up Tennessee's ass and left for USC. We knew it was coming. We didn't know it was going to go down the way it did, though. He literally Tried to hold Ole Miss hostage to coach in the playoffs. Say, if you don't let me coach in the playoffs, I'm taking all my offensive staff, I'm taking the players, leaving you without shit. Make your choice. Ole Miss said, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Then he gets all cocky and hard with this reporter that said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, that Kiffin's going to LSU. This is before he even went. He, with his 5 or 6 cop buddies around him, he goes up that reporter, calls him out. Of course you're tough with 5 or 6 cops around you. You just had a documentary 2 or 3 months ago about how you changed your image. You're this great person now. You love it at Ole Miss. You're so grateful to be there. They helped change your life around. Then as soon as somebody calls with a little more money and a little better opportunity, you tell them to shove it. That's Lane Kiffin for you, y'all. Once Lane Kiffin chose LSU, the dominoes started falling, y'all. Florida got their coach. Auburn got their coach. Arkansas got their coach. It's like a chain reaction. Penn State still doesn't have their coach. That's one. Them in Kentucky. There may be another one or two I'm forgetting about. That's a big job. I've got a list we're going to look at. I'm going to tell you my grades on them. We're going to talk about if I think it's a great hire or not for that school. I don't agree with this guy's grades, I'll tell you that. All right, Jim Mora left UConn to go to Colorado State. That's kind of a lateral move, y'all. John Summerall to Florida. Kiffin to LSU. Golesh, Auburn. It was reported Golesh was going to Arkansas a few days ago. Turned out not to be true, or he backed out because Auburn was going to get Summerall. Then Summerall chose Florida because they missed out on Kiffin. So Golesh went to Auburn. Don't blame him. Alabama's offensive coordinator went to Oregon State, Syracuse. Hired some guy from the NFL, I'm pretty sure. Oklahoma State hired North Texas's coach. Michigan State hired Pat Fitzgerald, former Northwestern coach. Arkansas hired Memphis's coach, Ryan Silverfield. And Ole Miss kept their defensive coordinator, made him the permanent coach. I bet that was a dream day for him, as bad as it sucks. He just inherited a team. He's the head coach of a playoff team overnight. Went from the defensive coordinator to the head coach of a playoff team in one night. Let's start with the big dogs, work our way down. UCLA hired their coach too. We'll talk about that. Lane Kiffin to LSU. I'm going to give it a A-. I still think Kiffin is getting a little too much credit for what he done at Ole Miss. He got the luck of the draw with the schedule this year, y'all. Think about it. What big matchups did Kiffin and Ole Miss have this year? Georgia, Oklahoma. They had LSU. The LSU's down. Florida, they're down. Mississippi State. They's a pretty good team. They ran out of gas by the end of the year. Arkansas, they was down. Kiffin got the luck of the draw on the schedule this year. He had a way better team last year, talent-wise, and didn't make the playoffs because the schedule was a little hard. Do I think Kiffin's a good coach? Yes. Do I think he is a A-plus? LSU's going to have him around for 10-plus years? Possibly not. Is he going to have more talent than he's ever had down there? Absolutely. He might have harder schedules, too. The luck of the draw in the SEC with these 16 teams, the schedules are not even. You have some teams that have really easy schedules. Then you have teams like Florida and other teams that have absolute gauntlets of schedules. I think Kiffin got the luck of the draw this year. Not saying that he won't win at LSU. He'll win at LSU, but will he win enough for LSU to be happy? That's the big question. My favorite hire is Auburn getting Alex Golesh. I think Florida should have got Golesh. Golesh was out South Florida. So he's got relationships with all the high school coaches in the state. It would have been a seamless transition for him to go from South Florida to Florida. I said he's got relationships with the coaches, he's got relationships with the players, he's got all that. It'd have been a seamless transition. I think Golesh to Auburn is a better hire than Summerall to Florida. And here's why. Alex Golesh built South Florida up from the ground up. He went to South Florida. They had won 3 games the year he got there. And in year 3, he's got them 9 wins. John Summerall went to Tulane after Willie Fritz built Tulane up. He's been there 2 years. He's still riding Willie Fritz coattails a little bit. Is Summerall a good coach? I have no doubt he is. But can he build a program up from bottom to top? And he did it at Troy, kind of. Not really, because he took over for Neil Brown there. But we know Golesh can. And Golesh knows the area. So I think Auburn got the steal with Golesh. I'm going to give Golesh to Auburn an A. I'm going to give Summerall to Florida a B. It's kind of a see it to believe it thing with Summerall. Because Napier was really good. And it didn't work out with Summerall. Like I said, Summerall had built Tulane up. I'd feel better about it. But he took over a ready-to-win program and just kept winning. And this year, he got a quarterback dropped in his lap right before the season started, y'all. Because BYU's honor code. Let's see. The other big hires, y'all. I think Pat Fitzgerald to Michigan State is way better than a C+. I think that's about a B too. He won at Northwestern like nobody else ever has. That's a really good hire for Michigan State. Jim Mora leaving UConn to go to Colorado State is kind of weird to me. Maybe Colorado State offered more money for NIL or something. Because, I mean, that's really 2 similar programs. It seems kind of like a lateral move. I guess Colorado might be a little bump up. But I would have just stayed at UConn and kept winning and try to get another big job. The last big job he had was UCLA in college. It didn't work out. But from all reports, UCLA's an absolute shit show. Their athletic department's a shit show. They don't care about football out there. It is what it is. Then we got Ryan Silverfield to Arkansas, y'all. I'm giving that a C. They thought they had Golesh, and then the Summerall fell through for Auburn. He decided to pick Florida. Auburn calls Golesh. Golesh is a better hire to me than Silverfield. But Silverfield, Arkansas has got to invest. That's Arkansas's biggest problem. They got to invest. I'm kind of surprised they didn't at least try 1 year with Petrino. But he never even got a conference win, so it's kind of hard to give him a chance. But you can't take shit and turn it into a steak, y'all. I mean, you can't turn shit into a steak. Petrino didn't really. What could he have done with that team, y'all? The defense was so bad. His side of the ball, the offense, was a top 5 unit. The defense was just atrocious. No Miss moving Pete Golding up. I mean, what choice did they have, y'all? By the time Kiffin decided, all the other coaches were signed. Signed, sealed, and delivered. I mean, I say it's probably a 1-year thing, see how he does next year, and then they'll go do a real coaching search. James Madison's coach, Chesney, just took the UCLA job today. I think he's a good coach, but he also took over a ready-to-win program. I don't like taking coaches that take over ready-to-win programs. Not that fast. 4 or 5 years down the line, yes, if they keep it steady, keep it winning, absolutely. But he took over a program that Coach Signetti built up, and he just kept it afloat. Don't mean he's not a good coach. Don't mean he won't go to UCLA and win. But it's hard to win at UCLA. They are not invested in football. If they do invest, could be a good job for them. Yesterday, randomly, Mark Stoops got fired. So now Kentucky's looking for a coach. Joey Halzle, Tennessee's offensive coordinator, is a candidate. They're saying Oregon's offensive coordinator is a candidate because he grew up a Kentucky fan. I don't think he would take that job. That's basically career suicide for somebody that's young and at a really big school that's going to win. You'll get better opportunities than Kentucky. Now, maybe he wants to go to his childhood team and turn it around. That's possible. But Kentucky's done said they're investing half of their revenue sharing into basketball. In the SEC, it's going to be hard to win in football without the majority of revenue sharing. I mean, that's all there is to it, y'all. So the Kentucky job's open. Tulane's open. North Texas is open. Kentucky and Penn State's the 2 jobs that are really open, that are worth any salt. Did DeBoer really go to Penn State? It's been way too quiet up there, y'all. And way too quiet. Everybody's hired their coach yesterday, pretty much. Or at least fired their coach. And Penn State's just sitting up there being quiet. Kind of makes you think. DeBoer was a Big Ten man. Maybe he don't like it in the SEC. There's coaches that haven't liked it in the SEC. Let's have to see how it goes. What y'all think about all the chaos that happened yesterday? Which coaching hire do you think was the best besides Kiffin? I know 90% of people say Kiffin was the best hire. Kiffin's still a snake. He's been a snake. He showed it at Tennessee. Al Davis told you he was at the Raiders. He held off, built his image back up a little bit. Then boom, he showed you who he was again. Had a documentary 2 or 3 months ago. Oh, he loves it at Ole Miss. They gave him a chance. He's rebuilt his image. He loves it. He wants to be there. LSU comes calling. Piss off, Ole Miss. Like I said, y'all tell me which hire you think was the best besides Kiffin. Tell me how you're feeling. I know if you're a ball fan, you're not feeling great after the Vandy beatdown. Like I said, they took our lunch money. They bullied us. They shoved us in the damn locker, and they left us in there till we pissed ourselves, and the damn principal come let us out. There's one thing for certain. They do not run this state. You don't run no state after one damn win. You lost 5 or 6 in a row to us. You beat us once. For you to run the state, you better win the next 6 or 7. It's called the volunteer state for the reason, not the damn Commodore state. Tennessee is and will be the University of Tennessee. We will run this state. We're going to bounce back. Heupel's going to get shit figured out next year. We're going to beat the damn brakes off of Vandy, even if they have 30-year-old Pavia at quarterback because he's trying to get another damn season. That's a fact, Jack. I say, I hope all y'all had a great holiday weekend. If you're a Vol fan, it didn't end well on Saturday. We got to see what the portal brings us, what recruiting ends with. National Signing Day is next Wednesday, early signing day. So we should have a good idea on our high school then. Then January, we got the portal. Rebuild, reload, get back after it next year. See who we play in a bowl game. Tomorrow, we'll talk about conference championship games, college football playoff rankings. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. God bless you, and go Vols.